Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today is going to be a long overdue video. It is another GTA 5 investing video on story mode. What's going to happen today, I'm going to be explaining to you all how to choose the right stocks when investing and trying to make money off the stock market in GTA 5 story mode. Now, if you've been on the channel before, if you've watched my other videos and those methods have worked for you, then nothing in this video is going to benefit you. You don't have to watch this video because you already get it. It already makes sense. This video is simply for the people who still ask the question, what stocks are the best ones to buy? And it's not easy. I understand that. I didn't go into lots of depth in my previous videos, so I understand why it could be confusing still. But this video is going to explain what stocks you should buy and which ones are least likely to go down in value. Which ones are more likely to give a positive return every single time. So with that being said, the first thing you're going to have to do is create a save file. This is very, very important. The reason why is that if anything were to go wrong, you do not lose any money. So what we're going to do, you go over to your phone, quick save, you go here, and you're just going to create a random save file. Now, luckily for us, these save files are marked and timed. So you can see here, the most recent save file happened, yeah, that made sense, at 12:18. That's not my real time. I don't know why it says 12:18. I guess in game 12:18, whatever. So that is the most recent save file. What that's going to do is that if we invest in our money, we lose our money. You go back here, you load it up, and we're back to the very beginning, back in the same room with Franklin, and we still have our 1.2 billion. Nothing has changed, so our loss does not matter. After that, we're then going to go into our phone, go over to the internet. We're going to go to Money and Services, LCN, not Bossack, and we're going to go to Markets. Now, one thing I thought about the other day is the way the market changes may be different from PS3 to PS4 because the version that you can update for GTA 5 story mode changes, so keep that in mind. I haven't personally done the research, so I'm not 100% sure, but that is a possibility. So I'm on PS4. I have the most recent version of the GTA 5 story mode. With that being said, we're going to move on. Average change, you click on it so that it shows you the most declined stock at the moment. What we're going to be looking for is a stock that is declined for the entirety of the graph. That means that the decline started here, even though there's little bumps and changes. The decline started here on Sunday, went all the way down to Friday, so it is at the very bottom, full graph. If we go over to Pro Labs, you'll see here, it was on its way up until Monday. Monday even higher to Tuesday, and then Tuesday it started to fall. That's not going to be a stock we want to look at. Here we have one. Even though it looks like it started at the beginning of the graph, it didn't because it was on its way up until Monday and then went down. So that's not a full chart. Here was up until Monday, then went down. So I'm going to go with Life Invader. The reason why we want to do this is because, to put it simply, the GTA 5 stock markets go up and down all the time. The only times that the stock ends up going down over a long period of time, let's say it was $60 and 3 in-game weeks later it's $20, is that it went up and down little amounts, but over time it went down more than it went up. So it eventually goes from $60 to $30 or $20 in 3 in-game weeks. Flip side, the only way a stock increases in value over long periods of time is it goes up and down, but the ups are greater than the downs. So eventually it'll go from $20 all the way up to $60 in 3 in-game weeks. I hope that makes sense. What we are doing is not investing in the long run. We don't want to be investing and sleeping and waiting weeks, in-game weeks. We just want to make money off of these small little changes. All those little changes that happen between them. So what that means is that with these graphs, roughly what I've determined from my personal experience is that after a week's time, that's when the graph changes drastically, enough that we can make a decent amount of money off of it. So for a full week of decline, there should be a half or a full week of increases after that. That's what I've personally found. Like I said, this has the best chance at allowing you to make money, but it is not foolproof. So make sure you have that backup save file just in case. Another thing is when you invest your money, make sure you're investing all of it, because the more money you put in, the more money you will get out. So I hope all of that makes sense so far. we are going to invest our full $1.2 billion into Life Invader. We are then going to sleep a few times and wait for this stock to go up in value and make us that small percentage of money. I should also say that the more money you have, the easier it will be. So if you start with 10 million, it's going to be harder to make billions than if you start with 100 million. That's pretty self-explanatory, but just in case that didn't cross the mind, that is something that you should consider as well. So we're going to go get ready to sleep with Franklin. That was our last save file, 1218. We are not going to touch that save file, remember, because that is the one that has our 1.2 billion. We're going to go into a new save file, save the game, let him sleep. When he wakes up, we are going to then go into the phone and check to see if the stock has changed. So we go to Internet, we go Money and Services, LCN, we go over to our portfolio, nothing's changed. Now, one little trick you can do is if you click circle, is it circle? Yeah, circle, then go back into the portfolio, boom. Sometimes all it takes is a little refresh. So you have to press circle to go back to the home screen, go back into your portfolio, and usually things will change. Now, we got really lucky here. This is one of the highest return percentages I've seen in a long time, and we are going to take it, sell it all. We just made, what was that, 50 something million, right? I think value over cost 52. How many digits are there? 52 million. Yeah. So we just made 52 million that quickly. All right. And that is because we chose a stock that had gone on a decline and was now on the increase. So if we go and we look for Life Invader, it was at negative 30 something and now it's at the 26. So you'll see here, it hit rock bottom and then it started to go back up. Now, one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to keep refreshing and sleeping because over time it's going to go back down again. So remember that. You want to sell when you have a small percentage of return and then move on to the next stock. So what we are now going to do is, now that we sold off that amount of money, we're going to go over to our quick save, find the 1218, and now we are going to save here. So we're now overwriting and creating a new save, but now with our plus $50 million. So now we're $50 million richer. We save it and we've created another safety net. Now we're going to go back to our phone, go over to Money and Services, go over to LCN, and we're going to go back to the markets. We're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to rinse and repeat, switch it around. Richard Majestic is the first one that pops up. Here we have another 5-day decline, so we're going to put all of our money into Richard's Majestic. Like I said before, put all of your money. It's go big or go home. No other option. One quick reminder for everybody, with that last stock, with the Life Invader stock, if you were in that situation where you have a plus 5% change, do not keep sleeping and refreshing the game, because you know that at some point it's going to go back down. And you don't know for how long it's going to go back down. I usually think it's about half to a week in game. So that's going to take up a good portion of your real life time. So it's pretty pointless to do so. So all you do is that once you see that percentage change, you sell it right away. Whether it be 1%, 5%, 15%, doesn't matter. You get in and you get out. So we're going to go back here. We're going to save the game. Once again, our last save file, the one that has our current money, is at 1225. So we're going to go over here to 1223. And we're going to save a new game. We're going to come back out, check the stock, refresh it if nothing had already changed. And we should have a profit, not guaranteed to, but we should have a profit. We go over to here to My Portfolio, back out, go back in, and here is another 6% profit. Now, I'm saying this now, these are very high percentages. I usually remember only having like a 1 to 2% change, but I guess we're getting lucky this time. Like I said, the markets go up and down, sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less than usual. Seems like the markets are going up more than usual today, or at this point in the game. So 6%, we sell it. We just made another $76 million on top of our 1.2. So just in the past few minutes there, we've gone from 1.2 million to 1.3 million, just like that. Easy, not difficult. I hope that all makes sense. One quick little recap. Before we do that, I'm going to do this so that it is a reminder to all of you. We go into here, we click this, and we rewrite the save so that our last save is the one where we just made that 76 million. Then we go back into the markets and check out what's up and what's new. We go over here to markets, go to average change, and now we do that exact same process, rinse and repeat. Once again, ProLab started up here. It's not looking good. I would not trust that. We go over here to Life Invader. This one's all over the place. It's all whack. I would say that it hasn't truly started declining until here, so I wouldn't agree with that. Let's go to a random one. Animal Arc. This one's not that bad. We started way up here, went all the way down, and now it's coming back up. So that's something that maybe you would want to invest in. But the first two stocks that we have were perfect examples. Other indicators you can look at. You see here, high, low, value. What this is that is the highest dollar value that the stock has ever been. That's the lowest dollar value the stock has ever been when we look at this chart. The current value is $25. The last average is 27. The only two stats we want to look at here is the current value and the last average. The last average, to me, is the price that you can expect the stock to head towards. So if there is a $2 difference here, $2 of 25 is just under 10%. So you can, or let me put it this way, I would expect to make just around under 10% or a little bit less than that if I were to sleep one or two times on this trade, because I would expect the value to go from 25 back up to the average, which is 27. But the most important thing, like I've said multiple times now, is you have to make sure that the stock has been going down. Because if it hasn't been going down, then this value may go from 25 to 23 to 22 to 21, and now you've lost even more money. So be very careful. Anyways, I hope this video did help you out. If it did, please drop a like. If you're new, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.